Welcome back to ATL Day Ones. I am Tenitra. You guys are our 5-star listeners who keep going to every platform, giving us 5-star reviews, and we love it. And we thank you for it. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us. And you know what? I appreciate when someone owns media days, right? I'm here all about that tomorrow. We're going to give you guys some insight and some intel on what's going on in the down in Atlanta. So this is Birmingham, by the way, but down in Atlanta or up, whichever the case may see, media time these last 4 days. But I feel like, Jarvis, when I walked, like it was I don't want to say the introduction, but it was like, allow me to reintroduce, because I really felt like he owned the room.
Right,
I
of
felt like,
course, yeah.
like even with the controversy a few months ago with Nick Saban, and Jamar rose above it. And I felt like this past week, he and that Stetson Bennett there, he was one of the guys. Cedric Van Pran was another, and of course, like they are on a mission. They are on a mission. So yes, they have lost 15 players. Feel like they're reloading. And I'm going to say one thing that you can appreciate from someone like Nolan Smith, because I know you. Nolan said he is so excited to be able to not just prove himself, which Kirby, but he said just like he had to sit for a couple years and waiting his turn to a crop of freshmen that he's excited about, that he feels like they have something to prove. So kind of, Moxie, just to start the conversation with the Dogs, do you feel like they have every opportunity at second chip?
Yeah, I think so because here's the thing. Like Kirby understands how you're able to do that, right? Like he was kind of was up under that dude over there in the SEC West that, everybody can't stop talking about once SEC media days come around. And I think
Right.
that there's a certain mindset that you have to have in order to repeat, right? And I think that when you see so many guys leave, there are essentially a lot of the core, pretty much all of the core of those guys are gone. So it's hard to have a certain mindset coming back from a national championship versus a lot of guys stepping into those roles have to prove themselves. So they can't go into it like, oh yeah, we won a national championship because a lot of those guys didn't even play. So you got the ring, true enough, but I think there's guys want to be able to say, you know what, we got a ring last year, but like we can really earn one. This one will mean a little bit different if we were to get this one this year because, like I said, Nolan Smith, he's been a guy who was super recruited coming out of high school, and he hasn't really quite lived up to it. So I think that this is the opportunity for him to kind of get his shine on, so to speak. So I think that with the mindset that they have and Kirby's, like you said, Kirby Smart is an excellent recruiter. So there's talent just waiting in the wings. Essentially, everybody just grabbing their ticket. Like, all right, I'll wait till this future first rounder go, so I can get my turn
Right.
for 2 years, and I can go ahead and ball. So, and that's essentially what Nolan Smith is doing. And I think that add this piece in too. You lose your mind on this one. You do have a guy who's at up under center coming back for you, and I think that Kirby talked about him yesterday as well about how the people around him have a lot more confidence in the person like coming into last year because he's coming into this season as the starter.
Well, hold that thought, because there are a couple nuggets that you gave in talking about Nolan Smith and what it means and the things that they've built and they want to build. But speaking of Bill, let's tell the people about Built Bar.
Built Bar, this is from, let me tell you something about Built Bar. This is from the people who invented healthy and tasty. Comes the latest gift to your taste buds. You probably tried the amazing coconut brownie chunk Built Bar, right? But guess what? Your friends at Built have given coconut brownie chunk, the Puffs treatment. I absolutely love it. And I ain't gonna lie, when I first tasted the puff, and I was just like, oh my God, this is a different texture. But in actuality, I've come to absolutely love it. And the coconut brownie chunk puff is exactly what you need. So stop drooling and listen. they are good for you. They're low calories, low sugar, high in protein, because you know you need that protein to lose that weight. Because that's what I've been actually doing. I've been losing this weight, and Built Bar has helped me do that. You know, when you got that craving, that hunger, and you're in between meals, I'm like, man, go get you a Built Bar. Now, you know, delicious coconut, rich, sweet brownie, creamy marshmallow. You know, like I know you're ready. I know you're ready. But here's how. Once you're ready, here's what we're gonna do for you. Go to built.com, use promo code LOCK15, and you're gonna get 15% off of your order. Use the promo code LOCK15. Go to built.com, LOCK15, you're gonna get 15% off. Go ahead and get it right now. That brownie chunk puff is waiting on you.
I love it. Speaking of locked in, absolutely. You know what I love about him, Jarvis? He is unbothered about it. He's heard it all. He's seen it all. There's really nothing that you could say about him, Tim. But I still feel like low key, he has a little chip on his shoulder, and I think that's a good thing that he has a chip on his shoulder, and he also still comes back with so many weapons. I mean, his tight end room. So,
goodness. Yeah. 13 personnel every down. like three tight ends. They can run 3 tight ends on the field, and those could be the best receivers on the field playing that day. Like, literally.
And Kirby Smart even talked about, you know, he's still really high on Eric Gilbert backyard. So, yeah, so many weapons for him to use. And I'm thinking George picked among others. But the fact that he's still hungry, and Kirby Smart talked about to the younger players, but really, like he said, there are still players out there, even on defense, that can improve and needs to show his best. Stetson Bennett may not be looking necessarily, but he came back this year, I believe, Jarvis, to prove something. I still think he has a little, as unbothered as he is, that chip is still saying, oh, I'm going to prove you wrong. And that, I think.
Yeah, that's the key, because like I said, and like the thing about like you, it's one thing to have 3 guys you can throw the rock to: Eric Gilbert, Darnell Washington, and Brock Bowers. But for it to be a compliment to the quarterback, because you know he likes to work the middle of the field, like that's where he thrives at. You know, getting rid of the ball, getting the ball out of his hands, and you having those tight ends right there to, as you know, safety nets. Essentially, have 3 safety nets on the field at one time. That can be something that I think that is going to help Stetson Bennett be maybe even be a little bit more productive than he was last year. And if the defense, which is going to probably take some time to get everything together, I think that, you know, Georgia might be cooking with some fish grease, because we already know that schedule is a little weak sauce, just to be honest. Yeah. So they're going to have some time to kind of figure things out on defense while that offense gets rolling, because they're going to be running the football and play action throughout the day. Todd Monken has already had his game plan for the next 10 games. He's ready to roll.
Exactly. And you like Cedric Van Pran, who is back and is ready. It's like, if you, and man, you kind of wish you had that kind of protection in Flowery Branch, but you certainly have it in Athens. With it should really give an opportunity for Todd Monken to just continue to unload here for it. But the other thing I think is this, and Jarvis, this may not pay dividends immediately, but look, UGA is looking for just the immediate dividends. I think they're also looking to build, right? They're looking for in multiple seasons. And with that said, Kirby Smart also talked about his thoughts and his feelings. And again, forward thinking gets you a long way, right? And not thinking archaic. And one of the things he said was, I like it. And he was honest. He said, definitely right. So what Brock Bowers is going to get may not be what the Walker are all going to get something. And he said that's one thing for sure. So, and he gave some great examples, just some real, may have some family issues back home. This can help your family, right?
Right.
This will give people, players, an opportunity to maybe still capital they're having in college. But my point being, Jarvis, when you have that type of forward-thinking mentality to us, you're also thinking about the future. You're thinking about that next recruit one after that, knowing that someone in Athens embraces the opportunity for them off of their names.
And to be honest with you, like let's all keep it a buck. Like NIL is not going anywhere. It's not going away. Like Nick Saban complaining about it, Dabo complaining about it. It's not going to go. It's not going away. And I think that, like you said, that forward thinking ahead.
Yeah.
You know, that's how he attacks being a coach, right? He knows that how important recruiting is, and he's an excellent recruiter. And he's recruited really well in the 7 years that he's been down in Athens. So I think he's attacking. He like that mindset, right? We talked about the mindset and how important that is. He's using that same mindset, that same forward thinking, saying, you know what? I'm going to embrace this thing. I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah,
right.
There may be a little tweaks to it, but that's how things are when you first start off. Like it's going to be some things you're going to have to figure out and how to work the system. And once you figure out how to work the system, the better it's going to benefit you for the long run. So he can see the end of that 10-year contract that he just received. So, but Kirby, like he understands the game, and I'm proud of him for it, because like, you know how annoyed I've been getting about how these coaches are responding to all this NIL stuff, and because like I said, it's not going anywhere. So stop complaining about it and figure it out.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that he appreciates what they did as a team last year. But I think the other piece, they work in that mindset about be hungry. Yeah, you might have eaten a little bit Keely Ring, Nolan Smith, but you all should be still hungry. Stetson Bennett, we know you say you don't have anything to prove. Already starting to plant the seeds to let them know that we don't want to be satisfied with the ship, and we don't want to be satisfied with being like the SEC East Division winner. Like now we're even past being just the SEC champions. In order for us to really elevate, and also, as we said, have that as a recruiting tool, a lot of the energy is in saying, mean you got a ring, okay? Be hungry. And I think that, to me, that's why it was, how you walk away from these media days, and sometimes the question is, who won the day? I think Kirby Smart won the day.
No doubt about it. Is no doubt in my mind that he actually won that bad boy down there. And I think that when you think about what it is that Kirby is trying to do and be, I think it's just a matter of him just being in a situation where he's going to be that guy, and he understands that he's going to be that guy. And I think that's what's going to help them get off into that national championship. But coming up next, we have an interesting proposition by Mario Cristobal. We'll talk about what that is and what they're talking about and what he's going to do and what he's done right here on ATL Day Ones and Jarvis and T.